Good day, traders. We are going to be doing some work today, including looking at the charts. But before we get to the charts, there's a number of other things I want to do. I'm realizing, and I've realized that, watching live charts especially is hypnotic. It can be an addiction. It's distracting. It's unnecessary to be a successful trader. So it's 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. The last time I was online was 2 p.m. yesterday. For the daily close, I put in limit orders, I logged off. I might be in positions. I might have been stopped out. It's crazy I haven't looked in 17 hours. Is that irresponsible? Is that foolish? Am I throwing away money? I don't think so. So, first of all, we have Darvis here. And this is who I'm trying to emulate. I'm not emulating his exact system, but his lifestyle of what made sense. So as he's traveling around the world, he only has the only info he has is the daily open and close. Sorry, the high, low, and close of the day of what he's watching. And at first, that's acts like a huge handicap for him, but it turned out to actually be a huge advantage because he gets away from all the noise, the low time frame. He's never distracted or stressed out or watching the ticker or the chart. And as he becomes more successful, he tries that. He goes back to Wall Street to get closer, watch the ticker, watch the live price feed, and he loses a ton of money. And he decides it's actually better to only have the once a day info. So that's what I'm doing. And in addition to this, to Darvis, this is what worked for me in my most profitable months. I made a decision once a day at the daily open or daily close. That was it. This is a system that I back tested. It was profitable. The back tested system is profitable. And if I'm only going to trade at the daily open and close at 2 p.m., set my limit orders, how does it benefit me to watch the chart in the in between time? It does not. It does not. It causes errors, it causes emotional stress, it can cause problems, which I'm going to get into before we go into the charts. I'm trying to get away from those errors. So to be offline, like what did I do? Did I just do other things with my life? Yeah, I can do other things, but what I've done is I've been reading trading books and I've been doing writing in my trading journal and doing paper charting as well, which these are things I haven't been doing for months. Like I haven't been reading these trading books that I have because I'm watching the live price feed. I'm watching the live charts. And freedom from that allows me to do deeper trading work that happens offline. So I think it's a good thing. Um, why am I? I think it's a good thing. So before we go to mission statement, trading habits, and all this, and trading model, I just want to like think about some of the errors that I have. And if I go into data and I go into my live trades, I have all these errors. The biggest one closing early, minus 14. What was this one? Oh yeah, that was yeah. Man, look how many trades I took and how many errors there were. Uh, yeah, minus 6, close early. What is this one? So I'm just off the top of my head some memorable errors, and then the time of day that it happened was close ETH trader, close BTC, dump early, time of day, night, close ETH short early. These are errors of what these trades would have becoming winners night. Trade, some of the bigger errors. Trade, what was it? Close BTC, New Year's, long early. That happened at night. What else? Advance, ETH stop early. Happened at night. Advance BTC stop early. Happened at night. Each of these were like 10R mistakes. Those are some of the biggest errors. 10R in a single trade. So you add them up, 50R. No, I also had some errors like um, one error was allowing myself to trade SFP market. Oftentimes those happen in the morning. Okay. Full time frame trades. Morning. Right? What else? So like maybe I should avoid trading at night in the morning as well. Now another error category was counter trading, high time frame, diagonal. That happened at all times of day. This is the only, I believe that this is the only trading error in the past months that has been caused by lack of chart knowledge. Everything else is basically psychological, habitual undiscipline. I didn't know really about trends or the best way to see where trends would happen. I tried different things, EMAs, parallel channels, high time frame diagonal breaks. Oftentimes I would counter trade them, and that was chart knowledge. So, yeah. Now, let's do some preparation before we do our pre-chart preparation. So, mission statement, okay? It's about becoming the most disciplined version of myself. The financial freedom will follow. So, I believe discipline is the portal to self-mastery and success at all things in life, and trading is the perfect vehicle to develop unusual self-discipline and master myself. Discipline in trading will unlock financial freedom. If I follow my trading rules over the long term, I will be profitable. And I'm going to add here that if I took a loss while following my trading rules, that's okay. It's the cost of doing this business. I value the money that I have and I'm careful with it. I'm okay with conceding trading the minor market moves, happy to be left to focus on the daily trends. Less is more in trading, success is more about what we don't do than what we do. Okay, so habits. And you can see I've consolidated and reduced them. So my pre-chart routine, like I walk the dog, breathing, stretching, strength training, journaling, mission statement, habits review, system review. If I'm only trading the open, I don't even know if there's a reason for me to even look at the charts Friday, Saturday, Sunday before going to work. In my back testing, closing outside of the daily open close sometimes saved a couple R, but just waiting for the daily close seems totally fine. And I like using limit exits for not just interpreting the candle, but targeting certain areas to exit anyways is probably fine. So chart routine, daily back testing. These are the basics and the fundamentals. I will be doing back testing this morning. We're going to look at the charts. I'm going to review my positions. Then we're going to prepare for the close. We're going to do back testing, and we're going to come back around the close. It doesn't need to be exactly at the close if I have other things going on, but like within an hour of the close is ideal. Waiting for the daily close to signal exhaustion or continuation before setting limit orders. And this is going to prevent me from getting in some nice entries, but it's also going to save me from getting into some bad entries. And it's also going to allow me to focus on the bigger picture. So I think it's a worthy trade-off. Limit and stop entries at daily close, stay in the high time frame. No more chart watching, which I like. Log off after setting limit orders at the close. So I'm not going to advance my stops at night. Obviously, I'm not going to be online, but only after the daily close. I have a pre-trade checklist before putting on or exiting a trade. Risk, taking profit on valid triggers. Trading my system as best as I understand it. Paper trading, no ideas. Let's review the model, and then I'm going to review what I did before we go to the charts to try to not be too stressed. But the model is quite simple now. The idea is price is going to move between major liquidity areas to stop people out, and I can predict reversal, continuation to these areas, or reversal after these areas have been hit, and movement towards the next. And um, I do need to pay attention to major high time frame diagonal breaks. And then once I get an exit or a signal, like I can try to predict, but also once I get a signal, there's a lot of different ways for me to get into a trade, and I'm supposed to use all of them. So yesterday, what happened before we get to the chart was Bitcoin had come down and taken out the lows at 19,500, and then with only a couple days had a crazy rally all the way up to 26,000. However, yesterday's high was around like 26,500, and it closed the day around 24,000 something. So it had a $2,000 drop in the day, leaving a huge wick. It also has sort of an all clear above it where there's just empty space. There's not a lot of liquidity, there's not a lot of structure. So in theory, price could blast through there, and sometimes it does, but there's no high time frame diagonal break happening right now. We closed back under the old level. Um, it's a swing failure. It's a blow off top signal to me. It's a daily exhaustion reversal short signal. Whether it worked or not, we'll see. But I put on 3 orders. I put on a predictive sweep. If we sweep that, I put on a inside short, and I put on a breakdown. Now, first of all, my system, I believe I interpreted my system well. That doesn't mean I didn't necessarily make errors, which we will see. There's a few things I'm concerned about. First of all, it's possible that this isn't a good signal and price actually continued up today. The worst thing that could happen is I take a 1.5% loss, I get stopped out at the bottom, and price comes out, price sweeps the lows and comes up and puts in new highs. That would be the worst thing. It would also be bad if I got stopped out of my inside short and did not get filled in my predictive sweep. This was a little bit trickier to trade because of how much volatility there was and how wide it was. I used wide stop losses, but wanted to keep them. Maybe I traded a little bit tighter than I should have. That's one of my concerns is my breakdown was too early. Another concern is that my um, stop was too narrow for my inside short. And then another concern is that those are the main concerns. But it's definitely a valid trigger, and I believe they're valid trades. So the game plan is now I'm going to go in, I'm going to look at the charts, and I'm going to analyze the current positions, get an idea of how I might trade the daily close, and then we're going to go into back testing. So let's go see. I accept these losses. Interesting. Did I get stopped? It looks like I got filled on a short here that's losing. So let's go confirm that that's what happened. Yes. So this was part of my concern is that, yeah. I mean, I like what I'm seeing as far as price going lower. I don't love my position. really do not love my position for how it is. Let's pull these off. But my preference would have been to, and I think I am going to look at HY block, by the way. My preference would have been to, which I'm going to get back to, these predictive sweeps, which would have been, let's go look at it. Why is this not working? Okay. So let's review from the daily of how we got here. So this right here should not have been a short just because we are the danger of this high time frame diagonal. And also because we're underneath this. This is definitely not a short. This is also not a short because we're underneath this level. However, based on the structure here, or basically the void above, and knowing that the liquidity is right here, it wouldn't be unreasonable to have had a short in the 4 hour right up here. And just pick this as a top. And that would have worked absolutely perfect. So I do want to get back to these predictives. Now, that was definitely a valid candle. If the daily closes like this, we're still looking for shorts. I don't really like the position that I'm in, but we're still looking for shorts. But we can trade it with a little bit better invalidation now. So let's go look at our live trades. I definitely am not loving this breakdown that I'm in. Let's pull these off. So I'm going to, right now what we're doing is we're going into ideas of how to trade the close, but we don't know what the close is going to be. And after that, we are going to we're going to do some back testing, and then we're going to come back to the close. So first, I'm going to go look at HY block. I'm going to try to avoid looking at the live chart at all. So, wow, I found a way to freeze the live chart on the 1 hour replay. Check it out. So this is another failed breakdown on a lower time frame, which in the past might have been some kind of a long signal or might have been some kind of cover short signal, but I like the idea of not doing anything. That said, I think the odds of this breakdown working are quite low. In theory, if I had this line drawn last night, trading a breakdown here might have worked better, but yeah. I could think about taking a loss on this, given that this signal is not really in my favor. It didn't work, and my stop is pretty narrow and try to short higher. That's something that I could consider. Now let's look at NASDAQ, paper trading. I am in a long here. What happened with the euro? Did the euro just stop me out? Yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, I got 17R overnight. Oh my God. I need to start trading the euro. Jesus. That's nuts. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. I wish I traded this live. Oh my God. Uh, trade. I want to see show executions. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. Okay, so check it out. Um, I feel like this changes things for me where it's like, I don't know. That was too perfect. It was like, that was too perfect. Like, I got the exact bottom. That's crazy. Like, right here. Why does this change things for me? Because look, plus $16,000. My first Euro trade. I know they wouldn't normally be this good, but it offered such tight invalidation. Yeah, paper trades, Euro 314, when $16,000. It was a daily exhaustion short. That's what I want to see in my live account, right? Um, if the daily closes like this, it's a long. Why did the dollar rally so much? Probably, I'm guessing that PPI came in hot again, maybe? What happened with PPI? Uh, Interesting. Okay, so I guess that is bullish. But yeah, I'm gonna trade more euro because I also saw this short or this long and this short. But that's crazy. Like I did it at the daily close. It was like this is how I said it. And then depending on the close, I could do something like I could try something like this. This would be a little bit wider, but yeah, okay. Let's move on. think it might make sense to close my I had considered I didn't do it, but I had considered this could be a breakout would be a place to add here, but I didn't do it, and I'm okay that I didn't because I wasn't ready to advance my stop. Okay, let's turn off paper trading. I'm definitely interested in trading, basically just trading my system, but across multiple assets, so I can just pick the best one. It's interesting that ETH, I don't know what this is because I didn't trade that, but ETH broke down a lot more, and it would have been a superior short so far. We are sweeping, then there's a chance, of course there's a chance of higher, but let's close the charts for now. Man, I wish that was in my live account. Plus 17R overnight would change things. That would change things for me. That would make the month. That would make the month. So I still have this for now. Well, there's on the 6 month, there's more higher. 1 year. That's crazy. We hit the hottest spot though. 3 month. Definitely under these lows. Like, I'm aiming short. Just makes sense. It's hot over the highs, yes. And we could go back there. I don't really like my breakdown. And I might just take one loss on it. Yeah, I mean, the target is 18,800 or so. So we're going to stick with that. So this to me is a signal from God. What is a signal from God on? So like, I believe in signs. If you're listening, maybe you think it's silly, but to me, it's like one of my best trades ever, and it happens on like my most disciplined day, and like being here and watching the trade would have helped not at all. So yeah, I'm definitely about it, and yeah, I want to get started trading euro, but not just trading euro. Like my system works of the daily of like I go to sleep. I set my thing like I'm disciplined and it pays off. So yeah, I'm gonna do some more back testing on the euro. I'm also gonna set up a forex.com account today. I think I'm gonna use forex.com and not thinkorswim because I want to be able to trade from TradingView. And yeah, I want to do some back testing of the euro. So we will plan, but yeah, if the daily closes like this, then I will try longs down here. Buy, sell. Okay, we're back, and I have a forex.com account that's funded, so I can trade Euro USD if I want to, which I might do. But before we do that, it's 11. The close is in a couple hours. I want to do some back testing, and we're going to do some back testing in this area. So it's 11. I'll try to back test for an hour or so. So I'm using the very simple strategy, the just daily highs and lows, and I'll use diagonals as well. But from what I've seen, they matter a little bit less on. Yeah, it's just so crazy to get a 17R in my first trade. And last night I was like, oh man, this is such a clean setup. And yeah, I'm also interested in trading NASDAQ. Like, I want to trade more daily charts. If there's not a great probability trade on the daily chart with Bitcoin, but there is for NASDAQ or whatever, I want to do it. Although we need to look at our Bitcoin positions too. But okay. This isn't really tradable to me. Let's wait. That one's closer, but I want to see. That is what we want to see. Okay. So we're not going to take that many trades, right? And if we're trading many pairs, it's like, right, it's okay. So we sweep this. Let's drop down. So we could, this is the daily close. We could try two different entries. One would simply be a break of the high. Another would be a stop in here. And then our most likely target will be, we could be happy going up here. Then we could also try a breakout like this. Something like this. Will we get a fill? So we got filled on our breakout, but not our retracement. Which is fine. We did not get stopped either. This isn't really a signal because we have no space to move. And I think I would just sit in this. Okay. So it's a good thing we waited. So it's not just sweeping a daily, but like being in the clear too. I don't think it makes sense. One, we're going to have a diagonal break here, and two, we haven't really cleared. Okay, so we have our diagonal break. That could actually be a long in there, but it's so late that I don't love it. But let's imagine that we do want to try to snipe something. The target is so nearby that it's not very good, but maybe it's worth trying. So 1 hour. Maybe something like this. And there's our exit signal, but that's also our, after there's so much liquidity here, this becomes our TP too. So we're TP'd out, and now we can look for shorts. We could expect, it's been such a long run that we could expect the possibility of sweeping the highs once more. We could also try one, possibly try one breakdown. So this one is a +4, this one is a +8. I really like the euro from what I've seen. This is cool. We could try one breakdown. I think price ends up chopping around here for a while. The way it's closing, I'm more interested in trying to catch another sweep up here than I am, and maybe a breakdown under this day's low. Targeting somewhere down here. .4. We'll try this. See what happens. I believe it ends up chopping around for a while. Well, we got a fill here, which isn't yet a trigger to do anything, but we could change this to now be this low of the day with our stop right here. Okay. That's maybe a signal, like, as much as I don't want to admit it, that is a signal, right? So we could just get out right now for +7 or whatever. Wow, some of these are so good. Yeah. Good thing we did. Let's back up. I didn't interpret that. Well, actually wouldn't have been stopped out at either of these, but I could take my +7, and then on this day, try trade inside of this. Do we have one high time frame break happening yet? This can be another situation where we might like to add on here. Okay, entrance. Entered on this one. Stopped out, stopped out. Sucks, but it is what it is. Now the way the day closed, like, yeah, it happens. It's sort of unfortunate. We can't really. We could try to get back in this. I mean, it is a trigger. It's just not ideal. So we could try like one retracement. And hey, you're here to spray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any issues you guys have it?
Say that again.
Any issues?
Cockroaches in here.
Oh, like inside or outside?
On the inside. Okay. And we'll try. I guess if we just break under the low of the day, something like this. Okay. So, I mean, we got stopped out and missed, but like, okay, here's an exit signal, but we still got a +6 from that. Now, in this day, since we have a 1 hour fair value gap here, I like going for a long in here, maybe something like this. And then we can also look for a breakout along, where maybe if we clear the high of the day, we put our stop on the inside. It's a little bit tighter than I like. So maybe try something like this. So I did get stopped out of the breakout one, but we got in the more important one. Where are we aiming? I don't know if we'll get there, but that seems like it makes sense. Not a trigger to do anything. Okay, this is possibly a signal. It's just there isn't that much space, but it might be reasonable to just take +5 here. God, the RR of these trades is amazing. I feel like so what makes this signal ambiguous is it's still sort of inside. So maybe I would keep the long running, but I would try a short like this. Well, that didn't work at all, right? But here's our exit signal, okay? So we can take our +6, and we did take one loss here. But yeah, waiting for a stronger signal would have been good. Now we have the sweep of this high. The way it is, I kind of like trying for another sweep. And then we could look at a breakdown too. Interesting. So here, on this day, I didn't do it, but an inside short also would have worked. I think I need to always do both and just, I have double risk, but it's okay. Something like this. Did we get a signal to exit though? This is the problem. it comes up with no exit signal. So the inside doesn't work. The predictive would not have filled. Now we can do this again, and now there's like a great possible breakdown that we can try for back to the bottom of this range. Maybe something like that. Okay. Yo, I love the way this trades. This is crazy. There's a signal. Guess.
Ready for that side?
Yep.
Well, any particular areas or?
So what could have, I mean, that could just be a bad signal, but also this could have been avoided by, do we have a high time frame breakdown? Maybe. No, not that I know of. Oops. Wow, that's crazy. Well, what could cause to holding this is to maybe, once again, wait for the all clear. So maybe we could trade this long, but hold our short at the same time. Would be reasonable. Okay, now on the daily. That's an exit signal. But that would be a plus 10.
Okay, all done.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, okay. And to close the gate, do I just type the code in again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, we got a fill. We're going to get stopped out. Okay. Another big red day. I like doing nothing. Here's another signal. I don't see any high time frame diagonal breaks, so I don't see necessarily a good reason to not try this again. Something like this. Double stop, huh? So now we're on our losing streak. But we have another signal though. I guess. Hang on, what does the day close look like? This is what the daily close looks like. So let's go back. Like, considering we're in a downtrend, maybe we could have allowed for another sweep and then we'd be very happy. So I think in general, like, I don't mind having a 0.4% stop. Maybe this one could have been tighter. But But yeah, surviving that would be huge. And it's another signal, and we could look for a trade, but since we're already in, I don't think it makes sense to do anything. Well, just shorting it, we're just longing a downtrend now. But it keeps sweeping. It swept so many times now. I'm interested. I'm just going to follow the system. I'm interested to see. I'm kind of interested to see what happens, like, in terms of are we just going to blow up doing this, or is this going to start working again? It's like I'm taking every signal that's given right now, anticipating one reversal. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Let's go to the weekly. Maybe there was some kind of like major break. So if we go on the weekly, we could consider that losing this level is pretty significant. And that would have made an excellent breakdown trade on the weekly. Like the moment we closed under that blue line. But I'm going to continue to try here. Just keep trying the basic system. Okay. So we did get filled on our breakout. So I like splitting between, yeah, two orders. Increase the odds of one getting filled. Let's look at the daily. I don't think that's a signal to close until we get some kind of all clear. That one, maybe. I don't hate just grabbing a 4, but I kind of want to wait for it. Yeah, that's perfect. So now we've swept this multiple times. It's been a couple days since a diagonal break, so it's probably okay. I am looking at this gap right here, so I'm thinking maybe we should try to do another predictive sweep for our one of our entries, and then we could look for a possible breakdown. And then I'm going to stop backtesting soon. I need to go look at Bitcoin. And yeah, plan for the current levels. Maybe it's too volatile. I don't really like the breakdown. Let's give it one day, see what happens. Considering we swept the low, kind of like doing nothing. Guess this have worked, like a short right here with sort of a wider stop. that have filled? Yes. On the daily, I'm holding that. Kind of sucks because it was running at 2. Well, it's a close now. And it's pretty late in the game, but we could do 1 retracement. And we could do 1 continuation. Don't really love the continuation, but all that long would have worked until here. And then we have 1 short trigger. Okay. Now we have a short triggers, long, some sort of longs. Yeah, okay. I'm done with this for now. Let us look at the current live chart, which closes, and it would be I don't like a breakout because there hasn't been enough. We could do 2. Which I'll probably do and just do a small risk on each. But I'm waiting for the daily to close. Something like this. Leaves these gaps. And I want to look at Bitcoin. Okay. Let's go from the high to here. Green. So I have these different breakout lines on my chart so it can help me consider that a sweep of this one might be dangerous, depending. When does the new day start for this? The new day already started, so I actually can put in my orders, which I think that I'm going to do. I guess the day starts at 11 for Forex. I like that these happen at different days too. So that's another line to be aware of here. I want to delete all this and add a section, live trading, add a section, live back testing. Okay, so actually, this would be a bounce off this trend line, which is okay. Text, where's my text? Text 1. And a break of that I don't want to trade. So it is the 4th bounce, but it's the Yeah. Interesting. Now let's look at the highs up here as well. This, I mean, it's a pretty simple signal, like take it or no. What's the day we're paying attention to here now? Like, I know this works fucking great. So, we're gonna do it. So, the ingredients for a proper breakout, though, I feel like require some kind of a slope and ideally multiple sweeps. Like, what would a breakout look like? There's no line, it's too steep, right? It doesn't even make sense. So I think what I will do on the 1 hour, trade off this fair value gap, and then trade off this fair value gap as two separate trades. And if I just barely get swept out, I will try again. So I am going to do this. Let's look at my pre-trade checklist. Trading model. We cleared a, we swept a low with nothing underneath it. We cleared a major liquidity. We didn't just break a high time frame diagonal. There's not major liquidity target just beyond. Okay, waiting for the close, we're doing it. Pre-trade checklist. How am I feeling? Man, I just want something to work. I'm not over betting. This is it. This is back tested. It's paper tested. I got 17R today. I have a daily exhaustion. I've waited for the close. System is clearly asking to take this. I have an all clear. I'm trading outside and towards. Yes. So let us do this. So we're going to aim for now this high up here, which is a wildly far target that may not get there. We may just keep bleeding down. That's definitely possible. So let's do this. Create a limit order. I'm going to risk $500. So easy. Pip value, risk reward. 35. Okay. And then we're also going to do this one. I'm also going to risk 500. Okay. Now, let us move on. I'm going to take a quick break here. Okay, now we're going to look at the dailies on these other things. I want to get set up on trading NASDAQ futures too, because I want to trade more, same simple system, more assets. And if I'm trading only off daily close, low maintenance, it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be like a lot or overwhelming. So I don't, and it's going to allow me to just pass up on lesser trade opportunities. Now, if the daily closes like this on NASDAQ, I think there's nothing to do. There's no reason to close. Like adding above the daily high might be reasonable. Advancing my stop and going for something like this might be okay. But no, it's just too close. I mean, even this, it doesn't make sense. So I think we just sit on this. But yeah, I want to look up how to trade that too. Now we're going to go to Bitcoin, where I really don't like my current position. Let's take off a sweep of the highs off the table. Like, I have a signal that said we would have a red day. We had a red day. I didn't get a great entry for it, not really working. We just barely swept that. I had an entry way up here. We have a little sweep here. Like, we're still looking for shorts, right? In terms of breaking this. And the target now, what is the target? Is actually the lows. The target is actually the lows here. This is for sure a blow off top wick. So I don't really love the position I'm in. I think the odds of survival on it are pretty terrible. But I don't think I'm supposed to do anything here. Let's go back to yesterday when I set this. Maybe there's a better way. This is what it was like when I set it yesterday. Now, yeah, I'm lucky to have not been stopped out, really. But this is more than likely going to be a stop. Trading data, okay. Paper trades. Yeah, look at my P&L in the month. It's great. 23,000, 4,000 loss. Bitcoin, I have a NASDAQ, which was a sweep of the lows. Inside sweep, I believe, was the entry model. Yeah, this is what I need, right? I need an entry trigger and an entry model. These things are different. This is what I want to start tracking as well. Insert one left. Entry trigger. So I have a BTC. Entry trigger was daily exhaustion. And I have a sweep, was a breakdown, which is a trash entry. Like, probably should have waited. I got to do my timesheet today too. I really dislike being set up like this. I am full of regrets. I'm happy to continue to try to short up here though. Maybe something like this. Good on the lower time frame. Yeah, probably just staying like this, like the order that I had. I'll leave the inside one, and then I'll probably just leave both, actually. What were they? Let's go back to it. The odds of getting stopped out on this are tremendously high, but I feel like once again, like, yeah, these breakdowns often have horrible entries. Like, we swept this. I'm not going to do anything. I feel like there's a chance that the volatility is over and we could just bleed down. The market doesn't always stay volatile for so long. So I think I had a short like this, and then I also had a short like this. Something like this, right? That's like where it was. I think I'm going to leave both the shorts from the highs. I'm not interested in longing this area. We have sort of a higher, like, I just wish my stop. But yeah, I don't like it. The odds of survival are so bad. BTC USDT. So I have a 25,707 entry. Which I think I'm going to change this trade a little bit. And then the other one was at 26,635. Why? It was this saying, okay, maybe we just sweep it. Why? I think it's a 4-hour. 26, 6. I think it's just my daily exhaustion, like the 0.5% average, which I'm okay with keeping this one. $26, 2.5%. Where we've already swept once, sweeping again is reasonable. And then just want to modify this one slightly. The odds of being stopped out on this are incredibly high. Like, I hate this position, but we could easily come up right here. I think I will just eat the loss, though. But I can do fewer of those breakdowns. Like, the breakdown wasn't great. I'm curious, like, say I wasn't in this. Would I then be interested in a breakdown? The problem with Bitcoin compared to Euro is, like, from what I've seen, which makes breakdowns really hard on Bitcoin, is like it loves to sweep a level. But it loves to sweep minor levels and react even. I'm going to cancel the 26,707 and modify that a little bit. Would I consider taking the high at break of a high time frame diagonal? Not yet. Not yet. So I don't really care that much about that. Let's look at ETH. I guess shorting a breakdown on ETH would have worked a lot better. What would that breakdown have looked like as of yesterday's close? but I didn't really feel like I had an all clear on ETH. Would have looked maybe like something like this, aiming for lower. Not that it would necessarily be a winner, but it would be looking a lot better. Maybe ETH was the better breakdown candidate for some reason, but why would it have been? Just because it's been weaker, I guess. I don't know. Well, we are where we are, and even though there's going to be losses, I truly believe the chronic losing is over. I got a signal from God today saying, set your daily orders, log off and walk away, do nothing. And everything will be okay. Okay, like let's interpret this. I can come back later, but I want to have an idea. ETH's not safe. We don't have an all clear. Bitcoin is. Although the odds of being stopped out are tremendously high. I feel like it goes against my, it doesn't necessarily go against my rules of closing actually, because we have a low time frame exit signal. So I can maybe take a loss and try to reposition. At the close. Like the breakdown didn't work. So what if I just, let's look. Daily exhaustion, breakdown, short move. Can I justify closing here? I feel like I want to, and I feel like I should. It's not a good entry. It didn't react how I wanted. Like, where's my discipline? What constitutes a valid exit signal? Okay, let me avoid watching the live chart because that's triggering. What is a valid exit signal? It doesn't say on here exactly, but if I go into my reversal break, it should work. I should expect it to work immediately or not at all. Considering we swept here, I think I want to try to trade inside of here. And I can care a lot less about Bitcoin because if I'm trading the Euro and NASDAQ, like I can just care a lot less. What's the NASDAQ doing? It would be quite interesting and possible for Bitcoin to just straight up have another big ass green day. And I lose all of these, if it's possible. I feel like the appropriate thing to do is do nothing. And assuming the daily closes anything like this, I know I'm putting an order on before the daily, but I had this order yesterday and I just want to adjust it. So I'm just adjusting yesterday's order. But yeah, the way I'm positioned, the odds of survival are pretty bad. But I'm just, yeah, at this point it's a pretty small difference. And I want to stay in the habit of TP or nothing. So for this one, we do 2.5% stop. $2.5. I'll probably not even need to do anything at the daily close because I already have my order set from yesterday. I mean, I could try to save $300 or just let it play out. I'm gonna let it play out. Although, hang on, if the daily sweeping the low of the range probably is actually an exit signal. Like typically when we do that, we can expect price to go higher. So I think that actually is an exit signal, especially for a breakdown. If I had a good position up here, I could probably hold it. But like even up here, anytime we kind of sweep, usually there's a nice move, just sweeping the bottom of this range and coming back in. So I think I am supposed to close here. Okay, what is this one? 25618 at a 2.5% stop loss. This is the order value. Order price is 25618. With a stop at trying to set this right. Just looking here, like, I don't know, sweep of this minor level. Is it worth trying to save $300 when, like, what if it continues to break down? Like, why would this be the top of this move? It doesn't really make sense. I think I'm just going to try to do nothing and say, like, No point in trying to save a couple $100. What sucks though is a breakdown. If it just does this and breaks down, like, I'm not in it. If it breaks down like that, that would be ideal. I guess the worst would just be straight up, but this is why I'm trading other things too. Take some of the variance. Yeah, but to me, it's just too much of a signal. That giant wick. Price rarely wants to pass wicks like that, at least right away. Almost always some kind of significant bottom or top whenever there's a wick like that. So let's do nothing. And I'll basically leave my order how it was, which was something like, I need to not look at the 5 minute, which is something like 25618. The 2.5% stop. I believe this is what it was previously. 26259. And then aiming for new lows. Okay. Now I need to decide what to do about this. I believe I have an exit signal just because we swept. We're certainly going to have a little small sweep on the daily, which just implies like maybe a new range. It implies we might go up a little bit higher. It just makes it quite unlikely that we will just break down and this stop will survive. I don't know. I'm going to come back to this in at the daily, and maybe I think I'm going to do nothing for now. I don't want to stress over $300. So the NASDAQ, this looks good. Yeah, I'm going to pause. I'm going to see if I can get NASDAQ futures trading set up.